Hello there, this is Carrie Rhodes. Today I have a video for you that is part of the Dare to Be Artsy new release. It's a blog hop, but I wanted to show you these products in video so you could see how amazing they are. There is a discount code associated with this blog, so make sure you check out my blog, carriestamps.com, for the complete list of designers participating in this hop and for that code so you can shop and get a discount on your Dare to Be Artsy products. I'm featuring this Just Chillin stamp set, which is brand new, along with the Slimline Snowflake Die set. Here's all those pieces cut out so you can see that amazing snowflake border I'm using in today's card. And then I'm also using the Wavy Slimline Borders die set. All of these brand new at the Dare to Be Artsy shop. So I'm going to start out by creating a background for my first card using worn lipstick and Spun Sugar Distress Oxide inks. I'm going to blend the worn lipstick at the top of my panel, which measures 8 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then I will come up from the bottom with the Spun Sugar and blend those two together. These colors are so pretty together. I love them. I also love making my own backgrounds, and so playing with Distress Oxide inks and doing blending, I have so much fun doing. So once I have that blended how I want, I'm going to spray my glass mat, including my panel. I'm going to get a scratch piece of paper and pick up that excess ink and have a little something I can use for later. And then I will take a paper towel and pick up any excess water on that background, and you can see the beautiful oxidization. That's a hard word. How the ink oxides. And then over the top of that, I am splattering some metallic watercolors in some kind of reddish and pinkish colors that I thought would look good on this card. So there you can see the metallic shine, and it will be even more shiny once all those droplets dry. All right, I'm going to ink up the 3 main images from this set with some Copic friendly ink from the Dare to Be Artsy shop, and I'm going to stamp those twice because I am making 2 cards today. And then we'll get right into the Copic coloring. For my bear, I am using tonal gray number 1 and outlining him, and then I'll kind of blend that out with my T0 marker and then soften the edges of that even more with my colorless blender. And then for my penguins, I'm using Y8 and Y15 for their beaks and feet, and then I wanted some red on this card, so I am using a 3-color blend to blend out the scarves and the hats. And then I also wanted to have some pink, so I will use the R20 for their cheeks and for a few accents on the scarves and hats as well. Now for the sled, I'm also using tonal grays, but just a little bit lighter. I like it tonal grays for if you're not sure to use cool gray or warm gray. Tonal grays are the answer. So I'm using those on the penguins as well. My lightest is T4, which I'm coloring the whole penguin first with. Then I'll come in with my darkest T8, add in some shadows. I will softly blend those out with my T6 or my mid-tone marker, and then my lightest T4, I will come back again and blend all of that out. And that's how I'll color the other penguin as well. And then I will add some highlights with my white gel pen on all the things, because I love the look of white gel pen. So some of them, when you put them on the light gray, is kind of hard to see, but it really adds a little something, and on the yellow too. So there's my images all cut out and colored, and they are so cute. So I'm taking that snowflake border that I already die cut and adding that to the bottom of my panel. And again, this panel is 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. So this die is actually just a hair longer, and I trimmed off a tiny bit of that. I'm going to add my images on with some foam squares, and I feel like this penguin I'm sticking on, he's definitely just giving them a little shove down the hill, don't you think? Also from this die set, we have Happy Holidays, which I die cut from some red cardstock because I thought it really popped on this background, and just brought out the red that was in the coloring and added my 3rd penguin. I'm going to glue that onto a slimline card that measures 8 1/2 by 7 and scored at 3 1/2. And then remember this panel from my Distress Oxide ink blending? I'm going to die cut this snowflake from that Slimline Snowflake die set. I'm going to do 3 of them and add them to the inside of the card for a little more interest. And then I'll also stamp a sentiment on the inside and some snowflakes on the outside with some red ink. So these snowflakes are also in this same stamp set, and it just really adds to my background. I love snowflakes, and I love layering up my backgrounds with the ink blending and the oxide and the splatter and stamping. I love backgrounds like this. So there is card number 1. I love it so much, but I want you to tell me which one is your favorite after you see card number 2. So I'm going to ink blend another background, same size cardstock, same way of ink blending, but now I'm using Seedless preserves with my spun sugar, and these 2 colors also blend really well together. I'm going to do the same thing where I spritz my glass mat with water, pick up the excess ink with a scratch piece of paper to be used later, and I'll do the same thing, die cut the snowflakes and add them to the inside. I love how that one turned out. And then I'll pick up the excess water on my ink blended panel, and you can see there how amazing it looks when you add that splatter. Of course, we're going to add some more splatter with my metallic watercolors. I did 3 different colors. There's like the pinkish color, the purplish color, and like really light silver. It's almost white. And I think it's okay to add a ton of splatter if you're going to have like a busy scene. A lot of it is going to be covered up, so don't be afraid to add a lot of splatter. I'm not afraid. I will add splatter until it's way too much. Okay, so I'm going to color out these images the same, except I'm using purple. So I wanted to show you how I colored out the scarf so you could see the colors that I used for this. So I used V01, V12, and V15 for all their scarves and hats. And they turned out really cute with purple. I was surprised, but I have seen some Christmas cards with purple lately, and I loved it, so I knew I had to give it a try. I really do love pink Christmas cards, so I thought this is, you know, very similar to pink to do a purple card. All right, now I'm using the Wavy Slimline borders to die cut a little hill right from the middle of this ink blended panel, and then I'm going to use this die right here, which allows me to have a slider on the front of my card. So I'm going to lay these pieces out so I can figure out where to put my sentiment. I'm going to stamp my sentiment 3 times with clear pigment ink after having used an anti-static powder tool, just pressing down really light so I get a good concentration of ink, but I'm not smashing that image onto my card. And then I sprinkle on some white powder and finish embossing my sentiment. So it says dashing through the snow and then to wish you on the other side. Now for my slider mechanism, I am also using my anti-static powder tool to help my slider slide more smoothly through the track. So I am using a penny, and then I'll add a small foam square to the center of that, which fits inside the slider track very nicely. I can peel off the backing and then add my little sledding couple. Aren't they cute? All right, we're going to put foam squares all the way around this piece, but not touching that penny. We want to make sure to leave plenty of room for the penny to move. I've taped it in place just to avoid scooting it around too much, and I cut up some pieces. It's a ton of foam tape, but it's so worth it. So when I get that in place, I'm going to add this panel. It was easier for me to see it on the white part of my glass mat than it was on the dark part of my glass mat, and therefore easier to line up. So there is my little guy. He was kind of spinning around, so I felt like I needed to add 2 foam squares, so I just peeled him off, scratched off that foam square that stuck to the back of my image, and added 2 to my penny, and then again some more anti-static powder in and around those so they slide more easily in the track, and then that helped this guy not twist and turn around. I didn't really want that, but then I remembered I had saved this piece to go under the penny so that the background of the slider track look the same as the snow in the front. So then I can go ahead and add that image. And then I am gluing down the top half of my background so that it lines up with that wavy hill. I love that both sides of the wave have that piercing detail in it. I'm also stamping the snowflakes on this one with a really dark purple. I had to search around my craft room to find a shade that would show up really well on top of this ink blending. And then I'm going to add my two little penguins just as I did on the first card. Remember, he's giving them a little push with their sled to get them going. And here's this third penguin. I think he's probably waiting for his turn. That's what he's doing. All right, so then I am going to show you how I finished this up with a few little presents and a balloon, and you can see how he slides. There's the snowflakes on the inside, and then I stamped Happy Holidays. I put a white panel on the inside because this is such a dark cardstock, it's easier to write on that white insert. So those are the two cards with the Just Chillin stamp set. It is so very cute, and there's tons of other layouts that you could do, but I just wanted to show you two different color palettes and two different die sets that you could use with this set to make some fun slimline Christmas cards. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Make sure that you click the link to my blog post in the description box below so you can hop along, see what the other designers have made with the other new products that the Dare to Be Artsy shop has available. And remember, you can use the code FALLNEW10 at the Dare to Be Artsy shop to get a discount on these fun new things. Lots of fun slimline dies over there, so be sure to check it out, and I will see you again very soon for another stamping video. Happy stamping! Bye!